Like, for example, in your case, do you think that I'm going to go to hell when I die?
Based on the Bible, I would have to say yes.
Okay. Do you think I deserve that?
I would have to say yes.
Okay. Then I think that you have a very immoral outlook, and while you are a much more reasonable person with regard to conversation, and I respect your right to hold those beliefs, I don't respect the beliefs themselves.
Yes, sir.
And frankly, I don't know that you're that far off from some of the same ideas from the quote-unquote Borg Christians that I would be opposed to, because when this idea of eternal punishment and damnation that is in there, along with the concepts of original sin and these other things, that establishes a moral system that I find completely immoral. And I'm confused as to how reasonable people who probably otherwise evaluate things similarly to me can accept this as truth and that it is just.
Yeah, because essentially what it does is it states as a positive moral idea, this notion of not only eternal punishment for finite crimes, shall we say, but even to the point that those crimes simply involve not believing in the right God, or not belonging to the right denomination or faith or what have you. It says that you deserve this eternity of punishment regardless of your achievements during your lifetime, regardless of how you may have been a credit to your community or your culture or your country or your or the people that you knew or what have you. Nothing that you do ultimately matters, except that you're following a particularly prescribed faith.
May I interject this?
Let me hit one thing, and then I promise I'll let you talk. I found something curious with your answer when I asked you, and that was that both of your responses were qualified yes, and that you said, based on the Bible, I'd have to say such.
Yes.
I don't mean to necessarily psychoanalyze you, but I think that actually betrays what your real feelings are as to whether or not this is just. And I'd like to point out that there are plenty of Christians, including Billy Graham, who, despite being Bible believers, reject the notion of hell.
When I said based on the Bible, I guess the reason why I said that is because I'm a believer, and I have accepted the Bible as unadulterated truth, and I believe the same thing. I mean, Matt, I see a lot of times, especially your whole thesis thing is just tell me why you believe. It's not about arguing. It's not about saying what's wrong and what's right. I just want to know why you believe in something that is far-fetched to me. Am I correct in basically summing it up like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And all I can do, really is just tell you why me, as a rational thinker, I like to say I have some intelligence. I'm not all intelligent, but I have some intelligence.
I'm sure you're plenty intelligent. But yeah, if you would give the why, I'd love to hear it. And if you don't want to discuss it beyond the why,
yes,
I'm fine with that too.
Okay. First off, when it breaks down, starting with Jesus. I've been a believer for about 4 years now. And prior to that, I was raised in the church as a young one. Of course, got up, got grown and did my own thing like we all do.
Sure.
And I personally came to this place where, I was looking at myself and I was examining myself, and yes, I will share with you, I was unhappy with the life that I was living, as far as not the quality of it, but the immorality of my life. Because whether you're atheist or whether you're Christian, we all know when we do wrong. You do. I believe that everybody knows when you do wrong. And the Bible says that the Gentile doesn't have the law, but he has it inside of him. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Paul's developing that argument.
Right, in Romans, God has written his law in the heart so that no man is without excuse.
Right, just because you don't have the law doesn't mean that you don't know that there is law. Basically, when I examine the evidence of Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is on trial. He's on trial with every one of us. That's the way I look at it. And at the end of the trial, you have to declare him three things. You have to declare him Lord,
liar, or
lunatic,
lunatic.
or liar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis.
Right.
And there's a fourth option, by the way, legend.
Or legend. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm saying that I have a relationship with Jesus based on the fact that I believe that he did live the life that he lived, death, burial, resurrection, and that he died on the cross for my sins. And someone said Jesus sends people to hell for not loving him. That's inaccurate. And I want to clear that up. God sends people to hell for their sins.
Isn't Jesus God?
Yeah.
Jesus is God. Yes.
So there you go.
Is it a sin? Is it not the only unforgivable sin to not love God?
Yes, that's the only.
Then I'm right. Then God is sending people to hell for not loving him.